Hi everyone, thanks for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Tim Pham in for Laura today. And we start with a check of your weather forecast with meteorologist Thomas Patrick, because Thomas, we could see some snow this weekend. I thought we were past this. Good morning or good afternoon. Hey Thomas.
Yeah, not just good morning anymore. Now good afternoon to you, my friend Tim. Yeah, remember, it is still technically winter time. The equinox is next week. We are still officially in winter / meteorological spring, and it feels a little bit cooler for today. We'll be tracking some active weather for this weekend. At least we can enjoy a little bit of sunshine, but it still feels cool. I mean, look at this. It's 38 in Spokane and 41 in Spokane Valley as of the noon hour. It's feeling a little bit more cool overall, but at least it's decently clear out there. Might even be a few snow or graupel showers over the mountains today, but nothing outside of that, at least not for now. But overall, a decently cooler day thanks to yesterday's storm system, which was a cold front. That's what gave us the rain and the wind on Thursday. Well, today, a lot more calm, but leaving us just in the mid-40s for high temperatures. But now as we quickly look ahead at the weekend, so snow is back in the forecast. Kind of. I think we're going to get snowfall first thing tomorrow morning, but how much of it sticks around or even sticks in the first place could be a different story. So coming up, I'll show you the temperature trend for this weekend, show you what hours of the day are going to promote any snow sticking to the ground rather than it just melting away immediately. So we'll take a very detailed look at this weekend's forecast coming up.
Right now, we are just 4 hours to launch for a Spokane astronaut. This is a live look at the Kennedy Space Center, where NASA will try to launch the SpaceX rocket later today. Wednesday's launch was scrubbed just minutes before takeoff. The mission to the International Space Station is led by Spokane's own Ann McLean. They are going to the ISS to help bring home 2 astronauts who have been stranded there for months. Liftoff is scheduled for 4:03 p.m. our time. We'll bring that liftoff to you live when it happens on KREM 2 News at 4.
Right now, our districts need to be following laws, including our non-discrimination laws, which protect student participation when gender is identified based on gender identity, not sex at birth.
We're hearing from Washington's Superintendent of Public Instruction, Chris Reckdahl, following the Meade School District's request for federal intervention regarding the state's gender policies. Meade argues those policies conflict with recent executive orders from President Trump. The Meade School Board says they are worried that acting against the president's orders could result in the loss of federal money. Reckdahl said there is no federal law that defines gender, and there is a difference between executive authority and laws people need to follow.
And so we're hopeful that the federal government is going to intervene and protect those rights.
State law is very clear, and these folks have to follow state law, and our laws make super clear how to approach the civil rights protections of transgender youth and our non-discrimination laws.
The superintendent's office has set a compliance deadline of March 24th for all school districts to be a part of the statewide civil rights review. The Trump administration is threatening more tariffs, even as concerns grow that the trade wars will lead to an economic slowdown. And as Taurine Small reports, this comes as the Senate votes today on a bill to avert a government shutdown.
Wall Street opened higher Friday following a rough day Thursday when the S&P fell to its first correction since 2023 amid uncertainty over President Trump's trade policy. The president has downplayed the recent volatility.
There'll be a little disruption, but it won't be very long.
In an interview with Fox Business, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick signaled that the U.S. tariff schedule for next month could target cars beyond ones from Canada, Mexico, and the European Union.
We buy so many cars from Japan, from Korea, from Germany, right? I know we make cars in Canada and Mexico, but it's time to bring that back home.
As for the president's threat of a 200% retaliatory tariff on alcohol from Europe if the EU doesn't remove the one on American whiskey, wine sellers are finding it hard to swallow.
I think it's going to be catastrophic.
The trade moves come as the White House suffered a setback in another area, its efforts to shrink the size of the federal government.
A federal judge in Maryland ordered the Trump administration to reinstate thousands of probationary federal workers who were recently fired. A federal judge in San Francisco also issued a similar order.
And with the midnight deadline approaching to avoid a government shutdown, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer switched course and announced he will vote for the Republican stopgap measure.
While the CR bill is very bad, the potential for a shutdown has consequences for America that are much, much worse.
It's not clear how many Senate Democrats will join Schumer in voting yes. Torian Small, CBS News, the White House.
It's almost time for the NCAA tournament to tip off, but before the madness starts, we are headed into Selection Sunday. This Sunday, the NCAA committee will unveil which teams will be playing in the tournament. Seeding will also determine where and who they will play. This year, bracketology experts are predicting Gonzaga to get as high as a 5 seed, but some have the Zags as low as an 8 seed. And you can watch the selection show right here on KREM 2. Tune in at 3 p.m. to find out who the Zags will be playing in the first round of March Madness. And after the selection show, stay tuned for a special edition of KREM 2 News at 4 with reaction from Gonzaga.